What's up, Internet? Jasmine and Brandon here with video game news for you.
More video game news.
And more video game news. So last year, a GoldenEye Wii game came out. And I didn't get to play it because I'm not a Wii owner because I think it's sort of pointless. But Activision has announced that they are going to be confirming a new James Bond GoldenEye game at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And this guy's going.
I cannot wait. First of all, I love GoldenEye. That's probably...
Second of all, I love GoldenEye.
My childhood game. I played that thing till I got in so much trouble.
That my thumbs
and
bled.
then when my parents left, I would play it some more. I was so upset that it came out on Wii because I don't have a Wii, and I really thought that would be kind of cool coming out on Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network where you can have that online play and, you know, the super competitive, crazy people. Well, it looks like it's going to be called GoldenEye Reloaded. So far, it's only been confirmed by a couple of screenshots. That's it. They haven't announced if it's going to be for Wii or Xbox, what platform or whatever it is. They have not announced that. So it will be announced at Comic-Con, but I'm really, God, I'm crossing my fingers that it comes out on, you know, the bigger platforms as well.
I think that there's no reason they should just limit it to Wii. For one, I mean, yeah, shooting is really fun on the Wii, but...
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't own a Wii, but the games I've played are fun.
Oh, totally fun.
Yeah.
But I think that if you put that on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation,
anything like that,
like the amount of the amount of money they could make, because everyone will jump on that in a heartbeat.
and just
you know?
replaying all those classic levels.
Exactly. And having golden guns and rocket launchers, like original rocket launchers.
Proximity mines.
Oh my God. And Activision's doing it. Activision also does Call of Duty, which is like the biggest thing in the world. So
Yeah.
I trust them to make us a really good James Bond shooter.
Crossing my fingers on this one. Last Thursday, the Uncharted 3 multiplayer beta just ended on the PlayStation Network with very good results.
Yeah, it was supposed to be very exclusive. Like at first, only people who actually got the code, and then only people who had PlayStation Plus. But with the whole issue of like everybody getting PlayStation Plus because of the PlayStation hackings, everybody was able to get onto it. But it was actually turned out to be a good thing because they got a lot more results from it. They're able to put a lot more to it, and it turned out to be a great beta. Most of the time when a beta happens, you think it's going to be kind of like dodgy, like there's some things good, some things bad. It was mostly good. I mean, I had one issue where the graphics kind of glitched out on me, and it fixed itself right away. The gameplay was very smooth, very polished. They had 3 very strong levels. I mean, 2 of them were, of course, better because there's always the weaker one, but even the weaker one, you enjoyed every second of it. They were very well structured, great gameplay, great weapon system, great level up system, great customization. I think the Uncharted 3, once they actually come out, multiplayer is definitely going to be one of the strong points, and not just a bullet point on the box.
Yeah, you know, I've heard great things about the first 2, and I like that they did this for this.
Yeah.
You know, betas are always cool. You know, I love that they go in there and let the fans look at things and listen to their reactions. But sounds like they got it under control.
Yeah.
So we'll see when it comes out.
It's one of those betas where most of the most betas you're like, oh, they need to get a lot from this. They're going to try and get as much information. This was more like
good.
Hey, we've already got it perfect. Just check to see if you like it. And it was amazing. Everybody's been saying how great it is on the interwebs. So
Always
if
a good
you liked
sign.
it, leave us a comment saying about how you feel.
Really sad day for Mega Man fans.
Yep.
Looks like Mega Man Universe was canned for the Xbox Live Arcade, and Mega Man Legends 3 was canned for the Nintendo 3DS.
It's kind of just that kick in the teeth to all those video game fans who really love those older games that really can't get picked back up because of the graphics or something, but the stories are always so good.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about the Xbox Live Arcade is the old school games you can download.
And the things I
remember-
play Bust a Move nightly.
When they came
every
out with
day.
the X-Men arcade game,
my
I
gosh.
loved it. You know, I'm still hoping for like the Simpsons and all those other ones you went and wasted so many quarters on.
I had that on Game Boy.
Really?
Like
So
original.
That's awesome. But I was really looking forward to some more Mega Man games because I always thought those were fun, even though I was terrible at them. But the cool thing is I don't have to wait on quarters. I can keep playing. That's what I was most excited for. So, kind of bummed. You
It's
know,
like that
Would've liked
whole
to seen
arcade,
that.
like when arcades died out, all those sweet games went with it.
Exactly.
It's depressing.
So, sorry
Give us back
guys.
our arcade games.
Exactly. Now, who doesn't love the Xbox Live Arcade?
Communists.
That's true. Well, Voltron is coming to the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network.
Oh,
I was never a Voltron fan. I never watched it.
neither did I. But lions, giant robotic lions, how freaking cool is that?
It looks awesome. This
Yeah, it
game
does.
looks really cool. It's only going to be 800 Microsoft points, and it's going to be $9.99 on the PlayStation Network.
So $10 to have some fun with some giant robotic lions.
Exactly, and it goes from single player to 5-person multiplayer.
Which is
Everybody
also
controlling the
really
robot.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this looks cool. I mean, honestly, never saw an episode in my life, but the trailer looks awesome. Yeah, you go from like...
It's an 80s cartoon, and it looks like an 80s cartoon.
Exactly.
Thundercats, blah, blah, blah. It's all the same crap. But it looks pretty sweet. I want to get into it. It's on Netflix, so we should have a Voltron night.
I'm down, dude.
BT dub.
Let's do this.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, I think this looks awesome, and it really goes from more of like a kind of Street Fighter setup. Where it looks like one-on-one.
It looks like there's a couple different like you fight as the Voltron robot against like another big threat, but then there's also parts where you're the lions, and they're like top scroller, like a 1942 game.
Almost kind of looks like some like Age of Empire-esque, where you control them and send them to destroy things.
A little bit, yeah. And it looks just like craziness, so hopefully it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Right?
So in some Ubisoft news, it seems they're going to continue the Ubisoft passports and continue doing it with pretty much all their games that are going to have online gameplay. If you're not sure what Ubisoft passport is, it's you pay $10 so you can have the online thing, but if you buy it new, you don't have to. It's pretty much a way to be able to combat the used market, which I know you're not a fan of it.
I'm going to be honest,
yeah.
like this is sort of offensive to me. You know, they charge, $65 for a brand new game, and then you're going to charge $10 to borrow it from a friend or something. I think that's ridiculous.
I can definitely see where that's coming from, because it does take away the whole idea of like, oh, my friend's got a game, I'm just going to borrow it real quick to try this out, and it's like, oh, if I actually want to try the full experience, I have to pay money. But the thing I look at it as is, with the used markets completely screwing over the games companies, most of them are only getting like 50% return on actual games being sold that GameStop and everybody's making money off of it. This is the only way they can actually make profit off these games.
How are you not making profit after charging so much for the games? If the games were cheaper, I wouldn't have a problem with this, but it comes down to the point where you got like 3 or 4 games coming out within a month of each other, and you got to choose. And now you're going to have to pay more to borrow that game from someone else. I think it's ridiculous.
The problem is with the used market, if you buy a game used, the company doesn't get to see a dime, and not a single cent. GameStop is the only one that makes money off of it. And well, because of the fact that games, they cost a lot of money nowadays. And so of course people, they're like, oh, recession, I'm gonna buy it used.
Exactly.
But the problem is, the game company gets nothing off that. And so say like the sales, they'll come up as being like, oh, we did 100 million sales. That's most of the time including used games. And so you have to cut that by at least like 25-50% of what they're actually seeing at all. Most of the time, they don't make even for games unless they're the big AAA titles.
That's fine with me. I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, but when you're charging that much for a game and then you're going to charge more money to buy it used, you're going to end up paying the same amount for a new game anyways.
That's kind of the point, is because it needs to be, people need to be buying these new games, because otherwise companies get no money at all.
I don't know. I disagree, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Let us know. Pros, cons, for it, against it.
And why don't we get on the forums and get a full discussion going? Because this is a heavy topic, a lot of different opinions. So let's get a topic started on the forum and let's hear some opinions.
So Doritos, the salty snack proprietor, actually did a survey about women and sex. And apparently 84% of gamers who are females actually prefer playing video games, as opposed to 70% of women who prefer having sex. So basically what Doritos is saying is that girls would rather play video games than have sex with you. So it kind of sucks. But also a huge statistic, and I'm included in this one, 17% of women prefer to play video games in bed, which is the perfect place to just pop up and shoot stuff. So gotta love it. However, here at nerdlocker.com, we did a study and we found that 100% of men prefer video games, and 100% of men prefer food, and 100% of men prefer having sex, and preferably simultaneously.
All right, guys, that is it for video game news this week, but be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
We'll see you guys next week for more video game news.